Hello, everybody in YouTube land. This is Michael Zingar of the 28mm Sci-fi, 28mm Wargaming Sci-fi show. And basically, today we're going to do an episode of Retrohammer. And what I'm going to show you today is Roach Trader Generation Orks. And I'm going to show you an example of second edition and third edition, and why they were one of the best factions to play until second edition came about and they totally nerfed them, and that's when Warhammer 40k started to suck. I know a lot of people enjoy the game, but until you played Road Trader and the two compendium books, you got no idea how good of a game Warhammer used to be. So what we're going to start out with is the plastic orc box and different variations of what you can get and make. Alright, orcs used to have a good measure of shooting ability and technology. What they specialized in was plasma technology and force field technology. So basically this would be the heavy weapon option that was offered in the orc box. You'd get like 36 of them for like 20 bucks, if I remember correctly, back in the 90s. So here's an orc with a heavy plas. Alright. And here's what an orc metal one from that era looked like. Let's see if I can get that to focus better. Okay, be patient. But basically this is an orc. There we go with the focus. And the metal models were brilliant. The plastic ones were okay. But he's a heavy weapons trooper. He's got a bolt pistol, and I put a plas gun on him. Alright. Plas was pretty awesome back then. Alright, so that would be the options that you'd have. If you wanted anything else, you'd have to buy the heavy weapons separately in a metal format. This was an autocannon with a box, a space for a box, and he's got a different head on him. I think there was like 4 or 5 different heads you could do. And basically, they were like the Space Marine kit. You could build them how you wanted them. So that was the heavy weapon option. Now a standard trooper option would look like this. There's the orc style bolter with a combat accessory. See if we can get that to focus better. Come on, not worse, get better. Maybe the hand's not such a good idea. Alright, so basically this would be a standard orc boy. From the box, that'd be a standard trooper. You could arm them with plas guns. There's the Mohawk head. That looks like the combat attachment broke off. I know people love Games Workshop, but I'm forever repairing their plastic kits. Yeah, it's easy to work with. Yeah, it's easy to glue. Yeah, it breaks. It's almost as fragile as resin. So that's what a plas guy would look like. There's another example of a plas guy with his combat accessory. So good looking models. People give these guys a lot of crap. I still like them. They're not the muscle bound crazy knuckleheads that they've got now. A chainsword was an option that you could take with the bolt pistol. So there's a guy modeled up like that. And these guys were almost as big as Space Marines at one time, even though they're all hunched over. Right, there's a dual pistol option. And these guys could use it. The guns and actually hit. All right, now back to that generation and heavy weapons. Here's a guy with a heavy flamer. So the metal models are just simply brilliant. The plastic ones, not so much. I don't know. This generation complains about metal models. I think they're great. All right, so here's a third generation, a third edition Space Ork from one of the beginner boxes. Here's the second edition where they nerfed them, put bolt pistols in their hands and an axe. It's not even a power axe, for God's sakes. They're not Neanderthals. They fly across the universe in their own spaceships back then. All right, so let's do a scale comparison. I'm going to save the scale comparison for last. All right, and then they had combi weapons, which made your guys more deadly. There's a guy glued on a combi weapon. I didn't want to put up any of my paint stuff because I wanted you guys to kind of see it in the original, but so this would be a heavy stubber with a laze. So he's pretty cool. And I had to glue a rock to get him to stand on there, so I'll set him down. Here's a Pain Boy. He's got a combi weapon. That is a bolter laze with a targeter, or like a scope, basically. All right. And then, they had a lot of cool models, like here's a weird boy with the tenders. That's a pretty awesome model. And this is probably the last model that I ever bought that was for Space Orks, because I just hate the ones they have now. And here is Storm Boys with a jump pack. And believe it or not, this is an all metal kit and it balances fine. You got the two bolters there. A real tough model to beat. So, back then, the Orks were a lot of fun. Sometimes they're a lot of fun. Their technology would fail them. It'd always be kind of random. They had a lot more character than they do now, and they could whip the shit out of Space Marines if you played them correctly. I can't remember who we played back at convention a long time ago. This is back when my brother had blue hair and I had a mohawk myself, and basically we beat some big uppity up from a Games Workshop that came to the convention, and they, the points were all screwed up. They had about 1,000 more points than we did, and we still beat them. So those were the days of the Ork glory. Now let's do a scale comparison. Okay, so basically this is a third generation guy. There's a second edition, and let's do a normal first generation trooper. There's a first generation trooper. All right, so let's take a look here. You can see the scale creep. It's ridiculous. It's to the point now where the Game Workshop stuff's so out of scale and so big that I just basically call these guys space goblins. And you can see they're almost a head taller than each other. And if you were to take one of the modern Orks today, you'd see that they progress every 5 years. It grows another head size bigger. So basically that's my little look at the Space Ork race from the Rogue Trader perspective. They have the Rogue Trader rule set. If you guys think the course, the Rebellion, whatever, is a lot of fun. You should play 40k because there's a lot more inventiveness. You can do a lot more modeling, and basically the odds were a lot better, and the points weren't so crazy. They started screwing with the points because the Rogue Trader gives you a table for all the points. They put out the yellow and the red compendium book, and the points didn't add up, and that's when I started to get it bitter. Because basically they want to sell you a lot of Space Marines and have Space Marines fight Space Marines in battles. I don't know why they would. There's no... Everybody talks about how great Games Workshop's fluff is, but most of the battles that I see don't make sense. Why would the Imperial Guard attack the Space Marines? Why would one chapter fight another chapter? You know, if there was so much infighting, the Imperium wouldn't exist. So I recommend you guys go and buy the Rogue Trader rules. I don't know where anybody got the idea that it's all role playing. Well, you didn't read the book. That's the smallest part of it. No one played it like that. Basically, you did a tabletop grind against grind battle, which honestly, I'm above that whole kind of thing nowadays. There's reasons for my scenarios, and there's logic, and there's campaigns, and there's stuff like that. So there's a little Retrohammer. There's a look at the old school Orks. Hope you boys enjoyed it. I'll pull out. I got a whole huge box of these. It's one of those boxes that you put underneath your bed to store like linens and stuff, about 4 inches deep, and it's chock full of old orky goodness. All right, I want to thank you all for watching. Basically, it's I like to do a little shout outs, and this shout out is going to a guy who's got a really nice YouTube station. I like to talk about YouTube channels that are under 500 or under 1,000 subscriptions. Let you guys know about it. It's called Black Country Wargamer, and if I screw up that name, I'll get it fixed out. I want to do a shout out to him. He's got a lot of cool contact with a lot of different games on there. I think you guys would enjoy his content. Half of the stuff that's on YouTube annoys the piss out of me when I watch it. His channel doesn't. All right, I want to thank you guys for watching. I also would like to ask, I don't do a Patreon, or my stuff's not monetized, but what I would like, if you guys have unloved, unwanted stuff you just aren't going to paint, stuff taking up your shelf, please donate it to my channel. Leave a comment and I'll contact you. Some of the stuff I'll put in my collection. Most of the stuff will be used to play at a boy and girls community center to help new generation of wargamers come about. You'll get a credit video, and I'll paint the stuff up so you guys can see it. And basically, if you need shipping costs, I can cover that to get the stuff to my house. So if you're interested, give me a contact. We'd greatly appreciate it. It should be a nice way to show your support. And if it's stuff that's painted, I can strip it, or it depends how it looks and stuff like that. So be a chance for kids to play some minis. Be a chance for me to keep practicing painting and stuff like that. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment. If you got old Game Workshop models, I'd really like to see them, especially the Rogue Trader era. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Please like and subscribe. May the dice be with you.